A helicopter has crashed in eastern Ontario, north of Kingston. 4 people are dead. The helicopter belonged to Hydro One, the province's largest power utility. Natasha Fata joins me now with the latest. So we are now hearing from the Prime Minister. Natasha, what is he saying?
That's right, Andrew. We've heard via Twitter from Justin Trudeau, who's offered a message of condolences to those who have lost their lives. Let's bring that up now. He is saying, tragic news from eastern Ontario today. My deepest condolences to the loved ones of those killed in the helicopter crash near Tweed. Now, let's remind folks about what we know. OPP were able to confirm that 4 people had died as a result of this helicopter crashing in Tweed, Ontario, earlier today. Then Hydro One put out a statement saying that it was in fact 4 of their employees that had lost their lives and that they are working with the local investigators. They are moving forward. They're letting the next of kin know how things have transpired. There is an investigation going on. And to that point, our colleague in Ottawa, Katie Simpson, has been able to speak to a source who's been briefed on the crash. And now we are able to confirm a few details. That weather was not a factor, and that was the primary thing everyone was wondering about. It's been very cold, it's been windy. Could that possibly have been a factor? Weather has been ruled out. That means the investigation moves forward looking at 2 key issues: mechanical failure of the helicopter itself or pilot error. They're going to be looking at those. It's going to be a lengthy investigation. There was 1 pilot and 3 crew on board, and what we understand is that the pilot had an excellent record, proper training. No issues seem to be of concern, and the helicopter went down in a rural area. It did not impact anyone that was in the surrounding area, and we know that there were other Hydro One crew members working in and around the area. They were not injured. Anyone who lost their life was in the helicopter. And there was one person very close to the incident, and that was Kim Clayton. She actually not only heard the helicopter go down, but it happened on her property. You were able to speak to her a few moments ago, Andrew. She's also been speaking with some of our colleagues with local radio, and she described hearing the helicopter. She just moved into this area about 6 weeks ago with her family, and it was quite common to hear these Hydro One helicopters going back and forth, but this time it was very different. So let's have a listen to her describe the scene as it unfolded.
Then I heard a loud crash, and then it kind of shook the house, and I'm like, I think the helicopter just crashed. That was my first thought. So I ran to the window to see if I could see anything. I didn't know where. And I see the other members of the crew, from the hydro crew, going towards the tree line. And then I opened the door to see if I could hear anything, or I was going to yell at one of the guys, did you guys know that the helicopter might have crashed or whatever? And next thing I know, I hear them say, call 911, the helicopter's crashed.
So she did end up calling the authorities. She also notified CBC News about what had happened, and she watched the scene continue to unfold from inside her home through the window. But she said she knew things had gone horribly wrong, Andrew, because the ambulance that was outside was not leaving to go to a nearby hospital, which indicated to her, at least initially, that maybe people had lost their lives, and now, of course, we are able to confirm that 4 people did die. Hydro One and the authorities say that the names of those who have died will be released by the end of the day. The exact time has not been made clear yet. So those are the details that we have at this point.
So what happens next in the investigation?
So let's have a look at the helicopter, or the type of helicopter that went down earlier today. This will be a critical part of the investigation, because was there in fact mechanical error? And we know that the Transportation Safety Board is making their way up there. They're going to be looking at a series of factors: the pilot, his experience, those who might have heard anything, those who were working in the area. But really at this stage, the investigation is very early on. We're still not sure if the Transportation Safety Board has reached that location yet. So that's what we'll be waiting on next as things move forward.
All right, Natasha, thank you.
You're welcome.